This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876 586 0471. That's 876 586 0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876 320 7711. That's 876 320 7711 or 876 351 1105. That's 876 351 1105.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing? My name is Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How is everybody doing? It's Thursday, November 21, 2024. Time flies, doesn't it? It really does indeed. How's everybody doing? What are you all up to on this evening? Yeah, tell me how you guys are doing. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys know the simple things to do to like, share, and subscribe. Quite simple, eh? Yeah, something quite straightforward for everybody to do this evening. As we know, the month is coming to a close very soon. Like, share, subscribe, and to show your support to the channel, you can use the super chat feature as well, so that you can stay more in tune with everything. All right? Let's look at the comments quickly. Jamaican English for Simon P. Up. Sugarcane juice, mad. Yeah, sugarcane juice. If you guys want some sugarcane juice, I can give you the contact number right away. So that is what I will say. You know what I'm saying? Do you know Daily Jamaica versus Vincent? I will get to that. And Leon Mitchell says, blessings, Simon. Blessings, Leon. How are you doing? Alrighty, let's get to the topic of this video, shall we? Let's talk about it now. Jamaica against St. Vincent and the Grenadines for a spot in the group stages of the CONCACAF Gold Cup group stages. So everybody can be mindful about that. All right? Everybody get that? Well, I certainly hope that you understand exactly what I said there. Okay? Good. So in March next year, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a home and away affair between two teams, well, 14 teams, and 7 teams will book their ticket to the Gold Cup. Well, out of 8 teams qualify, you'll have 7 teams qualify through the prelims, so that's 15 tickets. 15 of the 16 spots will be allocated. We'll see how CONCACAF does the last tickets, how that is accumulated. The CONCACAF Communications Department will assiduously work to be able to give us information on that in due course. All right? Daniel Ricketts says, welcome back. I didn't go anywhere, man. I'm here. Always here for my country. Jamaican Englishman said, Kingston and Kingstown. Yeah, the capitals of both countries. You're absolutely right. We love Jamaica. Yes, we certainly do. Okay. I know a lot of people might not have a lot of information about St. Vincent and the Grenadines, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to give you some information so at least you're aware. So as you can see on this map, this is Jamaica, right here, the lovely island of Jamaica, home to 3 million people. And as we know, this island right here has done so much for the world. Absolutely so much for the world, because from this right here, from this island, we develop greatness, world beaters, world-class athletes, people, outstanding individuals that have made a massive impact on the world stage, all from this island of Jamaica. So, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who are they? Where are they located? Why are we even speaking about them? King J says, bless up, Simon. Big up. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is an island located in the Eastern Caribbean. As you know, in the Lesser Antilles, you have the Leeward Islands and the Windward Islands. Now, the Leeward Islands starts from the British Virgin Islands, and it goes all the way down to Guadeloupe. Okay? Everybody get that? Everybody get that point that I've just said a while ago? I certainly hope that you do. So, from British Virgin Islands, going all the way down to Guadeloupe, that's the Leeward Islands. The Windward Islands, it starts from Dominica and it goes down to Grenada. And you know, in school, as I said, especially for school challenge quiz, we're taught a way to remember the islands of the Windward. To remember the Windward Islands, there's a simple way that you can remember it. The names of the 5 islands that make up the Windward Islands. And they would say, don't marry silly, silly girls. Don't for Dominica, marry is Martinique. St. Lucia and Vincent is silly, silly, Grenada girls. Don't marry silly, silly girls. So that's how you remember the Windward Islands. Okay? So St. Vincent and the Grenadines is located south of St. Lucia and north of Grenada and west of Barbados. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There's about 300, 400 Grenadine islands. More than that. Absolutely more than that. But this is the island of St. Vincent. The capital is Kingstown. They play their football matches and cricket matches at the Arnos Vale ground. Right here. This is where all their football matches are played, at this very venue. And this is where Jamaica will play. Jamaica's last match against St. Vincent and the Grenadines in St. Vincent would have been in the year 2000, winning that game by a 0-0. World Cup qualifying, we also won there as well. I believe it was 2-1 in 96. As you can see, adjacent to the stadium, you have the basketball courts as well. You also have netball there as well. So, St. Vincent. What do we need to know about St. Vincent? What do you know about St. Vincent? Well, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is home to Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves. He's been Prime Minister of St. Vincent since the year 2001. So going on 24 years. Ralph Gonsalves, of course, was born in St. Vincent to Portuguese great-grandparents. As we know, when the Spanish colonized portions of the Caribbean, the Portuguese came as well. And of course, that's why in the Caribbean, you have persons with the surname Gonzalez, Lopez, Pinto. So I can say that, for example, on my father's mother's side is Pinto and Lopez, which is the Portuguese side from Lisbon, Madeira. So you do have Portuguese influence within the Caribbean. It's not a lot, but it is there. And it was there for specific islands such as St. Vincent and the Grenadines, such as Jamaica, such as also in Barbados as well. But that. So, when was the last time Jamaica played St. Vincent and the Grenadines? The last time that Jamaica played St. Vincent and the Grenadines would have been in 2008 in a 5-1 victory at the National Stadium. Marlon King scored a brace, Dion Burton scored a goal, Demar Phillips also scored a goal as well, and so did. It says, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Why are you laughing, Leon Mitchell? I don't understand. Stadium. This is a cricket stadium, and cricket is played on grass. Cricket is not played on artificial turf in the Caribbean. Okay? So yes, this is a grass surface. This is a grass surface. Okay? So, football and cricket is played here. The T20 World Cup, which is held in the Caribbean earlier this year in the summer, many games also took place here as well. What I will say is that when West Indies takes on Bangladesh, St. Vincent will also be hosting some games as well in St. Vincent. As we know, it's home and away. CONCACAF Communications Department in due course will reveal information in relation to the legs. Okay? So we'll get that information in due course. So that is something that we can be able to look forward to. Okay? Nitro, we're not playing St. Kitts and Nevis. We're playing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And St. Kitts and Nevis, they play at the Warner Park Sports Complex. They also have the St. Kitts and Nevis Football Association Technical Centre. So they have a football pitch adjacent to Warner Park Cricket Stadium. So again, Jamaica is not playing St. Kitts and Nevis in March. Jamaica is playing St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Oh, you're laughing at that one, Leon. Okay. Yeah, it's just what we're taught, especially for school challenge quiz. That is what we're taught in terms of how to remember the islands that make up the Windward Islands. And do you guys know why it's called the Windward Islands? Because the Windward Islands generally get, by their name, more wind and more rain. The Leeward Islands get more sun. So the Antiguas, the Guadalupes, the Montserrats, the St. Kitts and Nevis, the British Virgin Islands of this world, the US Virgin Islands of this world, they get more sun. Whereas the situation in relation to the Windward Islands, they get more rain. Okay? So that is what I would say. Okay? Good. Nitro and David Palmer, as I've always said, and as you can see, I did a part 1, a part 2, and I'm even going to have to do a part 3 about this as well, where you need all hands on deck. Remember, you have players on the field of play to execute the job. Coaching staff, administration, the 12th man, the diaspora, corporate Jamaica, PICA, everybody has an important role. And as you know, Nitro, and as you know, David Palmer, the last 2 weeks in December and the first 2 weeks in January, in Jamaica, things start to slow down in relation to activity that takes place. So during the holiday season, naturally, businesses are going to close, especially government offices, such as PICA as well. So nothing can be accomplished until the new year. So that is why it's extremely important that all hands are on deck and everybody work together as a team to accomplish the goals. Okay? So that is extremely, extremely, extremely important. Okay? Good. Know yourself which scripture or which book of the Bible did it speak of this, because I can't remember, and to the best of my knowledge, Portugal is not mentioned in the Bible. The New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures does not mention Portugal at all within the Bible. It mentions Athens, which is now called modern-day Greece. It speaks about the Romans. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at like where modern-day, where Garden of Eden, where the modern-day Garden of Eden would be, it is where modern-day Turkey would be right now. But as far as I'm concerned, and to the best of my knowledge, Portugal is not mentioned in the Bible at all. Okay? So that is what I would say. And know yourself, the second thing that you said, absolutely, you know that I've answered that question already. So let's continue on with St. Vincent and the Grenadines, shall we? So, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, what do we know about them? What do we know about them? Well, I'm going to tell you right now so that you are abundantly clear. Their head coach is Ezra Hendrickson. Ezra Hendrickson is arguably the most successful football player ever to come out of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Ezra Hendrickson played for his country, yes, of course, but he also played professionally within the United States. He played for the likes of the New York, New Jersey Metro Stars. He played for LA Galaxy, Dallas Burn, Charleston Battery, DC United, Chivas USA, Columbus Crew. And he also was coach as well, Seattle Sounders second team, assistant coach of the first team. There's assistant coach of the senior national team as well, LA Galaxy assistant, Columbus Crew assistant. And it was the head coach at Chicago Fire from 2022 to 2023 as well. And also now the head coach of St. Vincent and the Grenadines national football team. He was also part of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines squad that last competed at the Gold Cup, which was back in 1996. So St. Vincent and the Grenadines, their only Gold Cup appearance, it came in 1996, which of course took place within the United States. And at that time, St. Vincent and the Grenadines were in a group with Mexico and Guatemala. In that group, Mexico, they took on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they won 5-0, and they took on Guatemala, where they fell 3-0 as well. What's the composition of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines squad today? Well, if you look at the composition of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines squad today, it has players who ply their trade domestically in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, in Canada, in England, in Indonesia, in the United States, in Germany, and also in the British Virgin Islands. That is essentially what the makeup of the squad is like. Yes, they do have a few players in Antigua. Yes, they do have a player that is plying his trade over in Greece at this point in time. So that is what I'll say in relation to the squad. Everybody knows in relation to in recent times, Cornelius Stewart has been the flag bearer for the Vinci Heat national team. 35 years old right now, has over 20 goals for his country. Country now plays his football in Indonesia. Played in the Vancouver Whitecaps before you had before they were formed and into the MLS. All right. He scored key goals, Cornelius Stewart, for his country. Montserrat, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Belize, St. Lucia, Suriname, French Guiana, Montserrat. He scored key goals. In recent times, one player that we saw at the Seattle Sounders a couple of seasons ago, Alex Anderson, he's been a key component for the squad. A very, very key component for the squad. And so far to date, a man with 20 goals and over 40 odd appearances for his country. Scored important goals, Windward Islands tournament, Caribbean Cup qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, scored in friendlies as well. So he's also played an important role for his country as well, where the goal scoring burden is upon him for the St. Vincent and the Grenadines national football team. So he's played a role there as well. So that's a little bit about the St. Vincent and the Grenadines squad. I've spoken about the last time that Jamaica has played them in the head-to-head. Jamaica has won 7 and drawn 1 against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Of course, many people will go back to 2008 when Simon Ford made his debut for Jamaica against St. Vincent and the Grenadines in that 5-1 victory. You go a little bit further back and you think about the 1998 World Cup qualifiers. Jamaica played against and 5-0 respectively in that semi-final round of the qualifiers. In the 2002 World Cup qualifying campaign, Jamaica defeated St. Vincent and the Grenadines 1-0 and 2-0 respectively. So that is essentially the situation with Jamaica against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These matches have taken place. Jamaica has played them from even the 90s as well. So there's been some compelling results where that is concerned. You know what I'm saying? So that is very, very crucial. If we go back to the first time that Jamaica faced St. Vincent and Grenadines, defeated St. Vincent by 2-0. Again in 1992, Jamaica won 1-0. There was a 3-3 draw also back in 92 as well. Of course, World Cup qualifying, Jamaica won 2-1 and 5-0 respectively. In the 2002 World Cup qualifying cycle, Jamaica won 1-0 and 2-0 respectively. And of course, the most recent meeting, Jamaica defeated St. Vincent and the Grenadines by 5-1. All right, so that is essentially the results that Jamaica has had against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They do have some players apply their trade in England as well, as I mentioned, also in Canada as well. And here's an interesting tidbit. The coach that guided St. Vincent and the Grenadines to the Gold Cup in 1996 was also Jamaican. Yes, he goes by the name of Lenny Taylor. Now, Lenny Taylor was born in Jamaica, and he was also the head coach of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to help them qualify for the Gold Cup in 1996. Also was the coach for them in the Gold Cup in that calendar year as well. Lenny Taylor has an experience in relation to the time he has in colleges as well. Lauderhill Lions, Medgar Evers College as well. Also was a technical director of St. Kitts and Nevis national team as well. Pompano Beach FC was also the head coach there as well. So from that sort of aspect, you could see a Jamaican has had a role in that sort of aspect of things. I know many avid football fans as well remember that we had St. Vincent and the Grenadines International playing straight in the Jamaica Premier League as well. Remember Rondell Thomas? Rondell Thomas for Falkland FC? Yeah, Rondell Thomas, he's 23 now, he'll be 24 next month. Falkland FC in Jamaica, you know. So we've had Vincentians who have played in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So you get the picture of what I'm saying there. So again, you look at the screen right now, and this is the Arnos Vale Stadium, where the away game, Jamaica versus St. Vincent, will be played. And of course, after defeating we beat St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we get to the group stages of the Gold Cup. So every window has an impact heading into 2025 because March affects June for the Gold Cup. And of course, as you know, World Cup qualifying in June also affects September, October, November, etc., etc. So the upcoming FIFA windows, incredibly, incredibly important. So that is why it is extremely important. Okay? So everybody has to be mindful about that tremendously. Okay? What do you mean, Lord of Mercy? I don't understand you. No, David Palmer. The USL final was not last week. The USL final is this weekend with Tyra McGee, Speedy Williams. The USL final is this week. So again, folks, when you're speaking things, make sure that you have the correct information, okay? The USL final is this week, okay? The USL Championship final is this week, okay? What you're talking about is conference final. Conference final is different to USL final, okay? And Shane Richards, you would have heard what Coach McLaren said as well. So you and Coach McLaren are not saying anything that is different. David Palmer, after these games against St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have the World Cup qualifiers in June. On June 7, Jamaica takes on the British Virgin Islands away, and on June 10, Jamaica faces Guatemala at home. So there are two World Cup qualifiers in June, and what happens is that the final round of World Cup qualifying, which is round 3, you have 3 groups, 4 teams in each group. The group winner of each of the 3 groups qualifies for the World Cup. So in those 3 groups, you're going to play 6 matches, 3 games at home, 3 games away. 2 matches September, 2 matches October, 2 matches November. Okay? So that is essentially what the format is going to be like. Okay? So that is the important thing. So that is what I say. Yes, you mentioned the Bible, know yourself. And in the Bible, Portugal is not mentioned at all. It's not. And I know about the Spanish Inquisition. I did it in 3rd form. Okay? I did it in 3rd form in high school. So I know all about the Spanish Inquisition. Okay? I know about the French in the Caribbean. I know what the Dutch did in the Caribbean. I know the English, of course, which is my paternal side. And of course, I know about the Indians, the Chinese, and also the Syrians that came to the Caribbean, the Portuguese that came to the Caribbean, the Irish, the Scots, the Welsh that came to the Caribbean as well. So I know that full story as well. There are certain things you have to know. Why do we have a town called Aberdeen in St. Elizabeth? Has that ever crossed your mind? Why do we have a town called Irish Town? Why do we have a town called Swansea? Why do we have a town called Newcastle in Jamaica? And why are there similarities between Newcastle in Jamaica and Newcastle in England? Why are there similarities between Aberdeen in Jamaica and Aberdeen in Scotland? Why? There's a reason for all of this. There is an absolute reason for every single thing. Why do we have a Chelsea in Jamaica and a Chelsea in England? There's a reason for all of these things that I'm highlighting at this point in time. Why do we have persons with the surname Daly, Ryan, Sweeney in Jamaica? Why do we have persons with Irish surnames? Well, it's quite straightforward. The Irish did come to Jamaica as well. Why do we have persons with loads of Jamaicans with Scottish surnames: Nicholson, Gordon, McGregor, McAllister. Why do we have so much Jamaicans with Scottish surnames? It's a reason. And there's an absolute reason for all of this. An absolute reason for all of this. Okay? So it's quite simple as that. So that is what I would say. Of course, Tycoon. 100%. Of course, you heard what Coach McLaren said in his interview as well. He wants players that can impact the first 11. So you and Coach McLaren are saying the exact same thing. And again, I reiterate the points to what Nitro, Know Yourself, David Palmer, to what they're saying as well. Remember that we need all hands on deck. Players executing on the field, the staff off the pitch, the administration, corporate Jamaica, the 12th man, the government of Jamaica, PICA. Everybody has an important role to play in the process. The last 2 weeks of December, everybody knows that Jamaica shuts down. All government agencies, offices shuts down, and the second week of January, everything reopens again. So that is why it's extremely important for everybody to be patriotic. Everybody to be patriotic, so that when you are, whether it's processing documents, whether it's processing a contract, whether it's negotiating a deal, that we do everything with Jamaica first. And if we think and talk and act and believe and speak Jamaica first, then we will succeed. And it is as simple as that. All right, J. Wine Henry, in relation to the under 17 qualifiers, 2025 is certainly a busy year for our national teams. So, in relation to the 2025 calendar, for the under 17 girls, that campaign is January 27 to February 1. For the under 17 boys, it's February 8 to 16. For the Conquer of Women's under 20, it's February 20 to the 26. Okay? All right. So everybody get that drift there? Good. John Peel fan says, good day, Simon Paul as well. Yep, all is well. And everybody should be behind Cavalier for the Caribbean Cup final. We have a Jamaican team in the final of a CONCACAF tournament. Runners up last year. Let's push them over the line and help them win a trophy. Think about how it feels to have our fellow Jamaican footballers lifting a trophy, a regional trophy, putting a gold medal around their necks. Think about what this will mean for them, their CV, their reputation, their confidence, their everything. Having a Jamaican club lift the competition and get a bye directly to the round of 16 of the CONCACAF Champions Cup next year, it speaks volumes. And all of that together should be viewed as a positive. So everybody, let's get behind Cavalier come next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know that I'm saying? That would be important, wouldn't it? Ty says, bless up, Simon. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Ramesses says, Simon, a big up profess. Yeah, you're absolutely right, King J. There's a reason why I want us out of many one people. 100% right. My paternal side is English. My maternal side is Indian. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of the land where I was born in. And I am proud to say that I'm a product of the motto of Jamaica. Absolutely 150%. 150%. Bent, you cannot lose enthusiasm. How can you say that? How can you say that when in the last decade we've won 5 medals? Jamaica has had 5 podium finishes in the last decade. Jamaica has won a trophy this year for the first time since 2014. Jamaica has also won a medal at the senior level for the first time since 2017. So how can you say that, Mr. Bent? Shame on you for saying that. Shame on you for saying that when we've accomplished things this year that we have not done in many, many moons. Shame on you for saying that. Absolute shame on you for saying that when we've accomplished such amazing things this calendar year. Things that we have done that is tremendous. We have a player that finished 15th in the Ballon d'Or. No other Jamaican international has ever done that before. All right? We also have a Jamaican international in the Champions League right now and on the cusp of a round of 16 appearance. That is fantastic. We're going into a calendar year of 2025 where we're 8 games from the World Cup. Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? We're 8 games from the World Cup. Jamaica is 8 matches from the World Cup. 2 matches in round 2, 6 matches in round 3. 6 plus 2 is 8. We're 8 matches from the World Cup. That is how close we are. So shame on you, Mr. Bent. Shame. Thank you very much, Nitro. I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you very much. John Peel fan says, yes, we need more people in National Stadium Tuesday. Yeah, we do. I know the first leg is in Jamaica, and of course the second leg is in the Dominican Republic. Give the boys the push. So heading into the Dominican Republic, the job is done. That's what we want. That's exactly what we need as well. So let's get behind the team, get behind Cavalier, the likes of our national players, and all of the Jamaican footballers on the Cavalier outfit. Of course, we know you have Surinamese player, you have Trinidadian player, Cavalier as well. Let's get behind our Jamaican club because this is Cavalier is going to be our representative. Cavalier is going to be representing us here. Okay? So you get the picture exactly of what I'm saying. Nigel Gordon says thumbs up. Nigel Gordon says thumbs up. Well, Javar Laban, I'm sure Coach McLaren will look into all of the options that out of the team heading into 2025. Every window is important. Every single window is important. Every single window. Of course, Nitro. We should be going with the intention of not only qualifying, but going further. But you can only do one step at a time, right? But absolutely. I'm sure everybody in here feels that Jamaica can do exactly what Morocco did. I feel we can do better than what Morocco did in Qatar. And think about what Morocco accomplished. The unity, the egalitarian spirit. Were Spanish Morocco? No. Were Canadian Moroccans and American Moroccans divided? No. Were Qatari Moroccans and Moroccans from Morocco divided? Absolutely not. They're one egalitarian state that saw an African team in the semi-finals of the World Cup for the first time ever. We saw Senegal 2002, we saw Ghana 2010, we saw Cameroon 1990. The closest we've ever seen African teams get to a World Cup. But Morocco, 2 years ago, broke that and showed that an African team can be in a World Cup semi-final. Why can't we have the same belief about our nation? Absolutely. Absolutely, we should. 150 million%. Absolutely. Tell Tycoon, I don't know anything about didn't rest well. There's nothing of that. Like I said, this platform is about accuracy, reliability, credibility, not speculation. But yes, absolutely. Travel, as you know, is travel and accommodation are priorities. So, of course, when you are procuring an entity that will assist with flights, it's an absolute wonderful thing. And as you know, charter flights were used for the Reggae Boys, the World Cup qualifier away against Dominica, the Nations League game away against Honduras, Nicaragua, and also St. Louis, Missouri as well. So the last 4 away games is the same as well. Copa America, CONMEBOL also did charter flights. The Gold Cup last year in the United States as well was also via charter flights as well. So it's great. And of course, anything that is a 1% up that can press you look for incremental things that you can perhaps room for improvement and things get better. It is as simple as that. Press the like button, Jamaican. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, Berta, I have no idea what you're referring to at all. But one thing for sure, I always make sense, not nonsense. Well, JamPL fun in terms of the Reggae Girls games. I know MG Sports is planning to do the broadcasting of the game on JFF Live's YouTube channel. So once everything is finalized, then further information will come. So we just wait for further information, and then we'll take it from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And you're absolutely right, Nitro. That is exactly what I'd say. What are you talking about, embarrass, Bent, Mr. Bent? We won a Nations League medal for the first time in our history. The first time that a senior men's national team is winning a medal in any tournament since the CONCACAF Gold Cup of 2017. We won the CFU Under 14 Championship, the first time that Jamaica has taken home any piece of silverware since 2014. For the first time in the history, a Jamaican club participated in a CONCACAF Women's Champions League. We have a Jamaican club in the final of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Jamaica has been to 3 Copa Americas, more than any other Caribbean team in history. All right? 2025 is the biggest year of our life, the biggest year for Jamaica in the 21st century. 8 matches from a World Cup, a grand opportunity to get to the group stages of the Gold Cup, qualify for the World Cup, amongst other things as well. So you have absolutely nothing to feel ashamed about or embarrassed about. Come on, man. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Mr. Bent. Wake up. No, Nitro 69. There were no logistical problems. The pilot of the plane announced that there was a technical issue, so the plane returned to Jamaica. And then, of course, the next day, smooth journey from Kingston to St. Louis. So again, if you're putting something in the chat, speak facts or ask a question. Do not speculate, because this platform, credibility, and positivity. I'm sorry, but Pasa Pasa is not on this platform. If you come for Pasa Pasa, I'm sorry, but this is the wrong platform for you. Good. So that is what I'll say there. Okay? Good. That's how it's always been, Nitro. That's how it's always been. Remember, Nitro in 2019, when we were in League B and played with Aruba and played against Antigua and Barbuda and Guyana. Jamaica was in League B. Jamaica won. We won our group in League B, and we qualified for the 2019 edition of the Gold Cup. So League B, at least for the last since 2019, has always had where the group winner qualifies for the Gold Cup. So this is nothing new at all, Nitro. Nothing new at all. Okay? Nothing new at all, what you've brought forward. Okay? It's just a different format in how League A teams qualify for the Gold Cup. Because the last Nations League campaign that we had, that was a Gold Cup qualification. It was that group that we had with Mexico, Jamaica, and Suriname. And of course, top 2 from there qualified for the Gold Cup. So the format of the Nations League simply changed. The last Nations League, as you know, was a qualifier for the Copa America, not for the Gold Cup. So therefore, in CONCACAF, as always, you have changes in formats, different style systems, and you have to move with the change. It's quite as simple as that. Claude Preston says, looking forward to the future. Absolutely. I agree with you. 100%. Mr. Laban, everybody here loves their country. I don't think anybody here can say that. Nitro, I just gave you the facts. The pilot said that the plane had technical issues. The plane returned to Kingston, Jamaica. The next day, the team got on a plane and went from Kingston to St. Louis, Missouri. I gave you all the facts. All the facts. All the facts. Well, Nitro, no matter what happens or whatever you believe, we have to live with it. We have to play St. Vincent and the Grenadines in March, and that is how we're going to get to the Gold Cup. Remember when we had the Nations League last year, we had to win the quarterfinal in order to qualify for the Copa America. That's what the last Nations League was like last year. And the previous Nations League cycle, it was the top 2 teams in each group that qualified for the Gold Cup, albeit it was a different Nations League format. So you have changes in formats, and in CONCACAF, we just have to move with the changes that are being made. Just like we have a new format in relation to World Cup qualifying, so we have to understand every single time that there are changes in CONCACAF, okay? We'll progress on further with it. Remember, we qualified for the Copa America last year after defeating Canada. Remember, we defeated Canada in the quarterfinals. And after defeating Canada in the quarterfinals, we qualified for the Copa America and also the semifinals of the CONCACAF Nations League. That is how we qualified for the Copa America. For the League A teams in this edition of the Nations League, the 4 quarterfinal winners qualify for the Gold Cup for next summer. The 4 quarterfinal losers head to the Gold Cup prelims alongside the 4 play-in winners and also the teams that finish 5th and 6th in League A of the Nations League. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, you're right. We finished 4th. As you know, Henry, that's our best ever run in the history of the CONCACAF Boys Under 15 Championship. That's our best ever run, finishing fourth. So you're absolutely right. In 2025, we want to see those under 14 boys that will matriculate into under 15 make that transition and go on to have deep run as well in CONCACAF. That's exactly what we want to see. Okay? Like I said, guys, all the information that I provided for you is factual. Okay? So you know and are aware of everything. Everything that I've made abundantly clear to you all. Okay? So you get the drift and you see exactly. Johnny Powell says, Up, Simon, up. How are you? All is well? What is going on? Tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Well, Javari, as you are aware and as I've always mentioned on this platform, all the FIFA windows from now until after the 2026 World Cup are occupied with competitive matches. All the FIFA windows. All the FIFA windows from now until the World Cup is either World Cup qualifying or Gold Cup prelims or Gold Cup. Every single FIFA window between now and the World Cup. March 2026, you have the Intercontinental Playoffs, the World Cup. So what you speak about, friendlies, will have to be played outside of the FIFA window. And you play matches outside of the FIFA window, your players that player trade outside of the island, it's unlikely that they would be available. So Coach McLaren made mention about January, February camp, having a camp together with the plan of hopefully being able to arrange a friendly or two. You know, that is what he has said openly. So again, rest assured that the information that I just shared with you, all the FIFA windows are booked, so there's no opportunity for friendlies until realistically March 2026, because we want to qualify for the World Cup November 2025 so that we can use the March 2026 window for friendlies. That's what we want. So that is what I'll say. J. Russ, there is no Copa America until 2028. What are you speaking about? What are you speaking about? There's no Copa America about 2020 until 2028. And CONMEBOL have not decided if they're going to have CONCACAF teams in the next edition of the Copa. The next Copa America is not until after the next World Cup. So I don't know why you're going down in that direction. The priority, 2025 World Cup qualifying, Gold Cup prelims, Gold Cup. So I don't know why you're going to Copa America, which is not until 2028, the same year as the Olympic Games. I don't know why you're going in that direction at all. So it doesn't make sense what you're asking, honestly. The next Copa is not until 2028, and CONMEBOL have not decided yet if they're going to have CONCACAF teams or not. Right now, the only thing that they're discussing is should Ecuador host the next Copa. That's the only thing that are being discussing right now, and they know that all 10 CONMEBOL teams will play in the tournament. Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Okay? Okay? Good. Under 23 camp in March. Can we have it? Can refers to the ability. So March 25th is the last day of the March window. So to answer your question, Nitro 69, no. Having a camp specifically on the last day of the March window, no. That would not be possible. The international window, not at the end of the international window. The end of the international window, players return to their clubs. Who is saying that, Tycoon? Who is saying that the best team takes the field? The best team takes the field. Who is saying that we should be playing schoolboy football as for Jamaica? It's an important window. This is part of the. This is the preliminaries of the Gold Cup. So technically, this is the Gold Cup that starts in March. And you have the group stages that commence in June. Okay? Carl Largy says, greetings, Simon. All respect. You said 2025, Nitro. When in 20? Are you talking about March 2025? Because you said March 25th in the thing. If you're talking about March 2025, well, the under 23 squad is basically a squad that you prepare for the Olympic Games. The next Olympic Games is LA in 2028. The next Olympic qualifiers will be 2026, 2027. Okay? The USA will not compete in Olympic qualifiers because the United States are hosting. CONCACAF will have 2 spots for the next Olympic Games, and the United States will not play in the qualifiers for the Olympic Games. So yeah. Tycoon, I'm not sure what you're referring to. You asked a very general statement. You have over 576 players that are under the age of 20 years old that are eligible to represent Jamaica. You're saying you want me to name out all 576 players that are eligible to represent Jamaica that are under the age of 20 years old? That is what you're saying to me from the diaspora? Because Jamaica is massive. Jamaica has 10 million people in the world. 10 million. I've spoken the figures already about who lie in the United States, Canada, UK, Germany, Netherlands, Japan. And like I said, to me, if your parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents are born in Jamaica and you're born in that land, for me, you are counted as a Jamaican for me, and you count towards the population. So that is why, for me, that is why I say that there are 10 million Jamaicans across the world. So that is what I would say. Noah Jamrock 876, the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup winner will get a bye to the round of 16 of the 2025 CONCACAF Champions Cup. The winner of the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup will not qualify for the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Okay? The FIFA Club World Cup has already chosen its 4 teams from CONCACAF, and that are the teams that won the CONCACAF Champions League in 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024. In terms of Jamaicans, could we have Jamaican involvement in the FIFA Club World Cup? Yes, we could. You have Seattle Sounders, so that means John Bell and Seattle Sounders could be in the FIFA Club World Cup next summer. Inter Miami, as we know, a player with Jamaican heritage on it is Ian Frey. So you could see Ian Frey, John Bell in the FIFA Club World Cup. Chelsea is in the FIFA Club World Cup, so could see Whisper in the FIFA Club World Cup. That would be a pleasant sight to see. But let's see what happens in another 6 months from now. Let's see how many Jamaicans will be involved, how many Jamaican heritage players will be involved in the FIFA Club World Cup. I think it's exciting because, as everybody know, the Gold Cup is going to take place in the west coast of the United States, and the FIFA Club World Cup is going to take place in the east coast of the United States. So, as you know, it's quite compelling in that sort of aspect of things. Very, very compelling. Yes, Nitro, absolutely. You are fully aware that I keep up to speed with all our players that apply their trade outside of Jamaica, all players of Jamaican heritage. You are fully aware about that. You're fully aware that I know the Japanese Jamaican players. You're fully aware that I know the players that are born in England to Jamaican parents, that are born in the Netherlands, that are born to Jamaican parents, and the same as well for other nationalities as well. So you're fully aware about that. So you don't even need to ask that question because you know that already is yes. So you're fully aware about that. Okay? You're fully aware about that. And as you know, the next under 20 cycle, the next under 20 World Cup is 2027, which means that the players that would make up the next under 20 cycle were players born after January 1, 2007. So if you're born after January 1, 2007, that means you're eligible for the next under 20 cycle. So, yeah. Tycoon, like I said, there are many players that have Jamaican passports. Many players have Jamaican passports that have never even been called up for Jamaica before. Never. You know, many players, you think about Kieran Agard. Kieran Agard, he has a Jamaican passport, so a passport does not guarantee somebody being called up. It means that somebody is eligible for selection for Jamaica. So there are many players that have a Jamaican passport. He has a Jamaican passport. Kieran Agard, as we know, he was in Arsenal's academy, played for Everton, Kilmarnock, Yeovil Town, Rotherham, Bristol City, MK Dons, Plymouth Argyle, Doncaster Rovers. Somebody that has a Jamaican passport but just never represented Jamaica. There are many players like that. And as you know, at the end of the day, the cream rises to the top. The cream rises to the top because 11 can make up the starting 11, and a squad, depending on the tournament that it is, it's 23 or 26 players. So, yeah, that's the reality of the situation. And like I always said, and like I will always repeat in part 1 and part 2 of the video, all hands on deck. All hands on deck. Players, staff, administration, corporate Jamaica, government of Jamaica. If everybody has patriotism, then everything runs smoothly. So that is extremely important. Extremely important. Okay? So that is something that I will say from that sort of standpoint. Okay? Zayn is a good player, Nitro. Has played 3 games for Arsenal in the Under-21 Football League trophy. I've been following his journey for quite some time, actually. I remember when he joined Arsenal in 2012. Went out on loan to Reading earlier this calendar year. He was able to play as well. Represented England at youth level, U15, and also U17 as well. 21-year-old defender right now. 6'1", good height. Future to progress into a great footballer. I mean, it speaks of Arsenal's academy, as we know already, has been a great academy. We know it produced Isaac Hayden already. We know that it's produced the likes of Sanchez Watts. We know it produced the likes of Nigel Nita. We know it produced the likes of J. Manuel Thomas. We know it produced the likes of Ignacio Miguel. We know it produced the likes of Luke Ayling, Jack Wilshere, Craig Eastman. You know what I'm saying? Theo Walcott. Well, technically Southampton, but you get the point that I'm making there. Arsenal has always been a great academy. Fantastic academy. Fantastic academy. And the progression of players that go on to play professional football. It's good. It's really good. Absolutely. Well, Javari, what you've said is already something that has been spoken about and spoken about and spoken about. And Major Desmond Brown, the chairman of Independence Park Limited, has spoken about that as well. And also as well, the Minister of Sports, Olivia Grange, has spoken about that as well in relation to upgrades and all of those aspects of things. So that is the aspect, okay? So you are fully aware about that. Good. So this is Arnasville, St. Vincent. St. Vincent is, their nickname is Vincy Heat. Their football team's nickname is Vincy Heat. These are the islands that make up St. Vincent. Many, 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 many islands. Although they might look like 10 or 12, it's much more, plenty more. I have a number of parishes that make up St. Vincent as well. There's even a place called Mesopotamia in St. Vincent. Also, French origin as well. So you have towns with French names as well. Bacamo, Leo, Bibou, of course, St. Lucia. From Dominica down to Grenada, that used to be all France. Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Grenada, all of that was the French. All of that. So that's why people with surnames Francique, right? Baptiste, Pierre. That's why you have French surnames in these places. Well, 876 John Mark, as you know, 2026 is the start of the Olympic qualifiers for 2028. So, of course, that is something that will be done. Absolutely. Good players, Nitro. And I just want Richard King to win this trophy, this CONCACAF Caribbean Cup trophy. And January, we see him parading his talent outside of Jamaica. Supremely talented defender. And he's going places. On November 27, he turns 23 years of age, you know. Yeah, he turns 23 on November 27. It's quite a journey, you know. It's just amazing to think that he made his debut for Jamaica, for his country. Captain of Cavalier, and now in the final of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So, quite a journey for King. Has played in a Copa America, has a Nations League medal for Jamaica, played against the United States a couple of nights ago. So, yeah, quite a journey, you know. I said that earlier. Machine Man 19. I spoke about Alex Anderson at his time at Seattle Sounders. I spoke about Cornelius Stewart as well, who is playing his trade also in Asia right now. I've spoken about those individuals at length. as well. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they defeated El Salvador in League B of the Nations League as 2-1. Of course, the other game they lost, but they did defeat El Salvador by 2-1. And we have to ensure that we get the 2 wins and, of course, be able to progress to the group stages of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. So that in itself is a priority, an absolute priority for us, so that we can be able to progress on, you know? So that is key. So, yeah. Yeah. Very important. Well, Tycoon, you heard what the coach said. He said Ravel is his type of player. He said Tyre McGee is his type of player. So that gives you an indication into the types of players that he loves, which is very good. Which is very, very good. Shane Richards, as you know, in order to represent Jamaica, you need a Jamaican passport. In order to represent Jamaica, you need a Jamaican passport. That is the reality of the situation. All right? I trust as well, John PL fan, that in time, the likes of Calvin Atkinson will also get their opportunity as well. Calvin, arguably the best finisher in the JPL. Atkinson, I'm happy about that experience that he got, not only in Spain, but also in Iceland as well. I think those are 2 valuable experiences in his young, budding career. So that is the aspect of those aspects of things, you know? So that is cool. Well, 876 Jamrock, you heard what Coach McLaren said. It's about getting the right players that can impact the first 11. That is the priority for him in relation to qualifying for the World Cup. So that is what he's highlighted as the priority. Okay? So yeah. Does he watch age? No, absolutely not. It's great that we have players who are in their teens, who are now in their early 20s already. Kuroy Anderson is 20 years old, has 12 caps for Jamaica. Dexter Lambakis has 21 caps at 20. Joey Latabadir has 22 caps for Jamaica at 24. Dishon Bernard closing in on 20 caps at 24 for Jamaica. Richard King, 21 caps at 22 years of age. That in itself is just all fantastic, you know? So it's good to see. Very, very encouraging to see. Honestly. It is very, 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 very encouraging. So I'm happy about it. Really, I am. So I look forward to what lies ahead. We do. No, Jampiel fan. All of St. Vincent and the Grenadines national players are not domestic based. Like I said, Jampiel fan, you had a St. Vincent and the Grenadines footballer that played in the Jamaica Premier League at Falkland, and that was Rondell Thomas, the striker, Rondell Thomas. He's 23 now. But to answer your question, in relation to this aspect of things, the players that play for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you have domestic based players. We have players that play their trade in Canada. Specifically, you have the goalkeeper in the Quebec League, in Ligue 1 Quebec. You have a players that plays for Masters FA in Ligue 1 Ontario. Specifically, you also have players that play their trade in England as well. National League South and the Isthmian League. USL at North Carolina and Hartford Athletic. Lionheart over in the British Virgin Islands. You also have Oriana Velox, who plays in Germany, specifically the 4th tier of German football. Cornelius Stewart plays his trade over in Asia. So that's essentially is the makeup of what the current squad looks like. We have also players that play in Greece as well. Messiah Brown is 21, and he plays his trade in the Greek Super League. Messiah Brown, 21, born in Indiana. Vincentian background he has, and he's in the academy in Greece. You know, so yeah, that's just a little like in. You know what I'm saying? You forgot about him? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. He's at Falkland. So yeah, man, you do have a player that's played in Jamaica. So this is something that I made a mention about earlier in this video. Okay? So, yeah. So this is something for you to be familiar with. Okay? So that you are aware. Christine says, never respect. Never respect. There you go. You're absolutely wrong, Leon Griffiths. You're absolutely wrong. You can't be any more wronger. Yeah, you are wrong. Okay? Very wrong. Harry Tycoon, the best team takes the field. You know that. You mean when does World Cup qualifying resume, Jaros? It resumes June when you take on the British Virgin Islands away on June 7 and Guatemala at home on June 10. So it resumes in June. Okay? Jerome876 says, bless up, Sam. Bless up, Jerome. Jerome, you missed 1 hour of the video, you know. 1 hour of the video. You need to rewind, man. You need to rewind and catch up. That is what you need to do, Jerome. Patrick says, keep up the good work, bro. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Jerome says, bless up, people. Boy, Jerome, you missed a lot. And you know, if I do a video for 1 hour, that means that is a lot of things that you have to sit down and write and all of those things. You understand what I'm saying? So I would encourage you to do that. So that is what I would suggest. Okay? So yes, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Please, please do hit the like button. Please do hit the subscribe button as well. So that is the situation. For our trucking, I have no information or no knowledge about that. Okay? As you know, this platform is about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. So that is what this platform is about. Yeah, man, make sure you watch the replay, man. Make sure you watch the replay, man. 1 hour and 2 minutes so far. So you have to. You have to. Absolutely, Jampiel fan. Absolutely. Nitro 69, I have no idea what you're referring to, but Shanda Paul has one of the fastest centuries in Test cricket, okay? Shanda Paul has one of the fastest centuries in Test cricket. 69 deliveries against Australia, day one, border against Australia in the first Test, okay? So if you want to compare me to a world-class batsman, cool. Played in World Cups, won trophies for the West Indies, cool. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that, okay? Cool. So thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate that. Please do hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content, okay? You guys know what you need to do. And also use the super chat feature as well so that you all can stay more in tuned with the conversation and discussion. If you want to talk about cricket, then we can do that. Well, forward trucking, like I said, this platform is about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. Let me make it clear. If Simon no say something, then it no go so. Simple. All right, folks. Just like when people are talking about Richard King to Aston Villa, when people are talking about this and that on this platform, if you don't hear me speak about it, then nothing no go so. Simple. Because this platform is accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. It is as simple as that. Okay? Simple as that. I'm looking forward to it, JPF. I'm looking forward to the series itself, and also there'll be a test match in Sabina Park against Bangladesh. Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I'm also happy with the performance that Jamaica did in the regional Super 50 game today, putting over 350 runs on the board. Our second highest List A score in the history of 50 over cricket. So that in itself is very good. Putting up 352 for 9 after being 130 for 7 at one stage. So that in itself is fantastic. Now you have the Leeward Islands at 241 for 7. So 3 wickets away from securing a ticket to the regional Super 50 Cup final. And it would be a nice way to end the calendar year to having another Jamaican sports team lift a trophy. So that in itself is very, very important. And also, Jimmy Adams had a strike rate of 37. That is lower than Shea Hope. Okay? That is lower than Shea Hope. Okay. I am Chris Gale. Andre Russell. Strike rates of over 200. The fastest century in the history of white ball cricket. 30 deliveries. Yeah. One of the fastest double centuries in the history of 50 over cricket. 138 deliveries. The only man to hit a triple century in tests, a double century in 50 over, and a score of over 170 in T20 internationals. You cannot say that Chris Gale is not the greatest cricketer, and he needs to be credited because he's a Jamaican as well. He won the Sportsman of the Year once. I think he's deserving of winning the Sportsman of the Year more than once, in my opinion. Mike McCallum, 7-time winner. Usain Bolt, 7-time winner. Courtney Walsh, Chris Gale, Dion Burton. Full credit to all of our Jamaicans that have won the Jamaican Sportsman of the Year. Full credit. Jamal Laban says, all right, Jamaica, Fabrizio. I don't consider myself that. I consider myself a Simon Preston, the Patriot. That's what I consider myself as. Yeah, so we're close, John Peel fan. Very, very close. So Leeward Highlands 241 for 7. So that is the situation right now. As we speak, the Leewards need another 112 from 16 overs. We got out the openers quite cheaply. Raheem Cornwall is also out as well. So right now, we have Hayden Walsh Jr. at the crease right now and Jeremiah Louis. Those are the batsmen at the crease right now. Once you can get through Hayden Walsh, then you're cooking with gas, basically. So it's only a matter of time before the wickets falls. So it's just a matter of time. That's just what I'll say. Big up, Richards. Big up. Ryan Hernandez, blessings. How you doing, man? John Peel fan, it's called Sport City. Sport City is where you can go on. Type in Sport City on YouTube and you'll see the platform. I do discuss a lot of sports. Not a lot of people know this, but I was the video analyst of the Jamaica Tallawahs from 2013 to 2015. I was the video analyst for the Jamaica Tallawahs. Won the title 2013, 2014 finished third, 2015 finished fourth. So, yeah. Not many people know about my background at having cricket as well. I was a member of Melbourne Cricket Club as well. Carlton Bar Jr. and Marlon Samuels were my mentors at the club. So not many people know that in terms of my background in cricket as well. 2006, 2007 from a playing standpoint. Not a lot of people know that, but at least that is something that you're aware about. So I would say my second love would be cricket, but football is miles and miles and miles and kilometers ahead. Football will always be number one. But my top 5 favorite sports are football, second would be cricket, third is rugby league, fourth is rugby union, and fifth is lacrosse. Those are my top 5 favorite sports. So my favorite American sport, if you want to call it that, would be lacrosse. That's my... And why? It really stems from Jamaica, because Jamaica is ranked number 8 in the world. Jamaica's highest ranked male sports team is number 8 in the world, and that is Jamaica's men's lacrosse team. Jamaica's highest ranked male sports team is ranked number 8 in the world. That is Jamaica's men's lacrosse team, who went to the quarterfinals of the Men's Lacrosse World Cup in 2023 in San Diego. Yeah. It's as simple as that. What record does Gale hold? Gale and Garrick? Which Garrick? Well, you see, John Peel fan, at Hillel, we did not have a cricket team at Hillel Academy. So no, I did not play schoolboy cricket, because at Hillel, we did not have a cricket team. At Hillel Academy, I played football, basketball, and swimming. That is what I did at Hillel Academy. So I played ISA under 14, and we did not play Manning Cup. To this day, it's the private school league, GISA under 19. We were playing against IAE, Maths Unlimited, Pentab, AISK, Bel Air, those sort of schools. Quality Academics. Those are the schools that we play against in the private school league in football. So, yeah, I did that. Of course, swim champs. Of course, I compete at swim champs. My best is the breaststroke. And In basketball, of course, played against Campion College a lot, American International School of Kingston a lot. No, BM, I did not do track and field outside of sports day. Sports day is the only time that I ever did track and field. So that is what I would say. You know? Thank you very much. I appreciate that greatly. Tremendously. You know, greatly. That's what I greatly appreciated. So that's what I'm saying. Chris Gale and Leon Garrick, they hold the record of the 425 runs without losing their wickets. So that's 425. Highest partnership for Jamaica. It's quite something, Leon Garrick. Played one test for the West Indies, 3 ODIs. First class matches, I think he played 50, 57. There's around 30 list A games as well. So that's the story with Leon. Quite a story. I answered the question, Wells. I answered the question. I did not do track and field for Hillel Academy. I did not do track and field for Hillel Academy. I said the only time that I did track and field was in sports day. So I answered the question, Wells. I think you need to clean your ears because I answered that question already. Why would it surprise you that it's not one of my favorite sports? The sports I support is because of the... Why would you be surprised? Why would you be surprised? Track and field doesn't make my top 5 in terms of the favorite sports. It's football, it's cricket, rugby league, rugby union, and then lacrosse. All sports with Jamaica have a tremendous performances. Lacrosse, we've been to back-to-back World Cups. We're number 8 in the world in lacrosse, right? In rugby union, Jamaica's 24th in the world. In rugby league, Jamaica's 13th in the world. Right? Cricket, we can talk about the T20 World Cups for the West Indies. We can talk about the ICC Champions Trophy. So much we can talk about the West Indies. I love cricket, just like I love rugby league. I love rugby union, which are 2 different sports, by the way. You need to understand, people. Jamaica plays 55 sports. 55 sports are played in Jamaica. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, horse racing, rugby league, rugby union, swimming, tennis, lawn tennis, table tennis, lacrosse, floorball, handball, darts, curling. Jamaica finished 4th in the curling Pan American World Championship. Just let all of those things sink in. Jamaica is a big deal. Big deal. Good question, BM. I don't know where he is right now. All I can tell you is that right now he's 48 years old. That's the most thing that I can tell you right now. Well, BM, I'll update you and let you know. Well, Xavier Marshall is still talented. We know Xavier Marshall in terms of what he went on to accomplish. I think you can't snuff at what Xavier Marshall went on to accomplish as well, especially, and he's still 38. 7 tests, 37 ODIs for the West Indies, 20 T20s, and also played at a T20 World Cup as well for the West Indies as well. You know what I'm saying? Represent the United States in cricket, played at the Under-19 World Cup in 2006. For me, you know who are my favorite 3 Jamaican cricketers? Chris Gale, Andre Russell, Krishmar Santoki. Those are my favorite Jamaican cricketers. Krishmar Santoki, Andre Russell, Chris Gale. Santoki, it's very obvious. He takes wickets and doesn't concede a lot of runs by doing that. Andre Russell, he scores at a strike rate above 200. Chris Gale, the greatest Jamaican cricketer ever. No, all respect to the likes of George Headley and so on and so forth. But George Headley was born in Panama. Did you guys know that? George Headley was born in Panama. Oh. It depends on what you call success, BM. If you're talking strictly medals at Olympic Games and World Championships, then yeah. But how can you quantify or look at, for example, can you say somebody winning a gold medal at the Olympic Games is more worthy than somebody who finished 15th in the Ballon d'Or? So for me, Bunny finishing 15th in the Ballon d'Or, I think that is an incredible accomplishment. And I think he'll be unfair to put that on parallel with a woman that got silver medal in the Olympic Games. You know what I'm saying? All sports are different, and I think it's very unfair to compare the two in that sort of aspect of things. I think what Bonnie did and finished 15th in the Ballon d'Or is absolutely fantastic. And we all should be praising her. She should be nominated for the Sportswoman of the Year as well. And that is why these has to. Jamaica finished 8th at the Lacrosse World Cup. Think about it. Jamaica in a World Cup. Jamaica in a World Cup, and Jamaica went to the quarterfinal in a team sport. And it wasn't netball. It was lacrosse. So we need to be proud of being Jamaican. We need to be proud of what we have accomplished in all sporting disciplines. Jamaica is a big deal. We are a big deal. We've accomplished great things. We will continue to accomplish great things. And 2025 is going to be one of the best years of our lives. Well, Travis Pessoa says, up, we're doing well. Yeah, Jermaine Lawson, can't forget his 7 for 78 against Australia in 2003. Can't forget at all from Jermaine Lawson. At all. Nikita Miller, arguably the best ever bowler in first-class cricket in the Caribbean. Right? Good. So, moving on now. You think about Ricardo Powell. I think he's the best player that never played T20 cricket. So Ricardo Powell, he retired before the T20 era. I mean, he played Stanford T20, but before T20 World Cups came about. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, if Ricardo Powell was around today, oh man, he would be a billionaire Ricardo Powell in T20 cricket. I think he's the best player to not play T20 cricket from a batting standpoint. From a bowling standpoint, I would say, it's a tough one, from a bowling standpoint, From a bowling standpoint, I'm still gonna go with the Whispering Death, Yeah, I'm gonna go with Whispering Death. Yeah. Yeah, BM. BM, what I used to do, honestly, I don't think I ever told my mother this. I don't think I told anyone this. So what I did, like in grade 3 and grade 4 and grade 5, I would ask the teacher to go to the bathroom. And I also carry this little radio and I put it in my pocket. So what I would do, I would ask the teacher, Miss, can I go to the bathroom? And she'd say yes. So I put the earpieces in my ears, and I sit down in the bathroom and I listen to probably 3 overs, 4 overs, right? And I get the score, right? And as you know, when matches are in the Eastern Caribbean, they're ahead of Jamaica, right? So the matches would start like 8:30, 9 o'clock Jamaica time, right? So lunchtime would be 11:30, 12 Jamaica time. And I go back in again in the bathroom lunchtime. And then tea time would be just about when school done for the day. So I'll put it back when school done for the day. And I hear, okay, West Indies are 278 for 9. Corey Collymore and Fidel Edwards at the crease. Andre Nail is coming in to bowl from the Malcolm Marshall end. And it's in the air. Will it be caught? No, it is dropped by Charles Lavangalt. You understand what I'm saying? So I used to bring a radio into the bathroom and listen the scores of the matches. I would also use my lunchtime, go to the PE department because there was a big TV in the PE department. And what I would do is like watch the ICC Champions Trophy and watch, World Cup and all of those things. So I did that every lunchtime, go to the PE department because I have a big TV in there and sit down and eat my lunch and watch it there, talk to the members of the sports department there and just, good times, man. Exactly, Jerome. Exactly. I know Travis Rousseau. I know he married a Trinidadian woman. I know. I am fully aware of that. Yeah, man, I would say Folding. But you know who I think is the greatest captain in cricket history? All right. From a West Indies standpoint, we know big up to Sir Clive. Big up to Sir Clive. But that is a non-West Indian. I'm going to have to give it to Kapil Dev. And I'm going to tell you why I give it to Kapil Dev. You guys can watch the Netflix movie 83, which speaks about India winning the World Cup in 1983. Nobody even gave India a chance to win a game in that World Cup. And they went on to win the tournament itself. Kapil Dev was literally Mr. India. India were 9 for 4 against Zimbabwe. India were 9 for 4 against Zimbabwe. And Kapil Dev went to the crease. India went down to 80 for 8. And India still went on to put 266 for 8. Kapil Dev 175, world record at the time in 60 over cricket. Kapil Dev, even when they were bowled out for 183 in the final against the West Indies, Kapil Dev still said, we're going to win this game. People laughed. bowled out the West Indies for 140. Kapil Dev is the best captain in cricketing history that is not a West Indian. Kapil Dev is literally Mr. India. He united India because remember at the time, India was a new country because you had Pakistan, which broke apart for Islam, India for Hindus. India really needed something. It being an independent nation for over 35 years. So India needed something, a hope. India needed something to cheer them up. And India used that 1983 World Cup and became a success. Same thing with South Africa in the World Cup in 1995 in the Rugby World Cup. So let's do that with Jamaica in 2025. Use 2025, get to 2026, unite the country. Yeah, that's what I would say. I remember J. Romo at 760. He played for Trinidad and Tobago in the Stanford 2020. You remember that? Yeah, 2008. He very well did so. Leon Griffith says you're in the same class with Ricardo Powell at Homer Technical. Champion says I'll be watching India versus Australia. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Really, really good game. Still, J-Room, I'm going to give it to Kapil Dev. I know in terms of World Cup wins, hats off to the Australians. Well, not hats off to the Australians, but punting, you can see why. Winning the World Cup 99, 03, 07, that in itself, phenomenal. Phenomenal. Tamar Lambert in regional cricket. Fantastic, winning 5 titles in a row. Chris Gale, Wave Lines, Jerome Taylor, Darren Powell, Carlton Baugh Jr., David Bernard Jr. What a team that was. Danza Hyatt, Krishmar Santoki. What a team. What a team. Odin Brown. I think, this is Skinny. His nickname is Skinny. Odin Brown, sensational bowler too. Especially in T20 cricket, he can be economical with his 4 overs. For me, the way he bowls, it's hard for you to get 20 runs from him from 4 overs. He's in Barbados now, Leon Garrick. Okay, cool breeze. Okay. John Peel fan, I'm begging you. Watch the Netflix movie 83, like the literal number 83, and look at what Kapil Dev did for his team, for his country. Just look it up. All right, the movie 83. And I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I promise you. Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev. India, which is not even a country. East Africa, as we know, was Zambia, Tanzania, Uganda put together, and basically a team made up of players of Indian descent that were born in those countries. India went in the World Cup to beat West Indies first game, beat Zimbabwe second game, lost to Australia, lost to West Indies. Then against Zimbabwe, 9 for 4. Kapil Dev comes to the crease, lose Ravi Shastri, right? Lose Manuk Gal, right? Jimmy Amnarath, and the 80 for 8. Went to lunch 124 for 8, right? Kapil Dev, man. Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev. I tell you. I remember Odin Brown. Remember I told you. I used to be the video analyst for the Jamaica Tallows 2013 to 2015, and Odin Brown was part of the Tallows team in 2014. Didn't play any games, but he was part of the Jamaica Tallows roster in the 2014 edition of the Caribbean Premier League. Do you know that Jamaica actually holds a record in the CPL? The Jamaica Tallows is the only franchise in the history of the CPL which has fielded 11 Jamaican-born players in a starting 11. 11 Jamaican-born players took on the Red Steel in 2013. And the Tallows won off the last ball. Akeem Dewar, Pinky, hit the winning runs that day. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So that was historic. 11 Jamaican-born players playing for the Jamaica Tallows. You'll never see that 11 Trinis, 11 Bajans, 11 Guyanese, 11 St. Lucians, 11 Antiguans. You'll never see that in the CPL. But guess what? Jamaica did that. Paul Nixon made the decision, and the rest of the overseas players rested them, and we're talking about the likes of Jax Rudolph, Mutaya Muralitonen, Vernon Falando, Kumar Sangakkara before he joined up with the squad for the semi-finals. But remember, at that time, it was Ahmed Shahzad that was in the squad before he joined up for that Test series against Zimbabwe. It was Kumar Sangakkara that came in for the semi-finals and final of the tournament. And Kumar Sangakkara, half century in the semi-finals against Barbados, and of course in the final defeated the Guyana Amazon Warriors. So remember that? Boy, I might tell you, cricket is a great sport, you know. Not as great as football, but cricket is a great sport. Cricket is a beautiful game. Beautiful game, cricket. But nowhere as beautiful as football. Nowhere as beautiful as football. Beautiful. Just, I've spoken on this video for 1 hour and 25 minutes. The question that you've raised, I've answered it. So your mission now is to rewind and to listen to exactly what I've said. Okay? Greatly appreciated. Yeah, man. Kapil Dev. Oh, boy, I'm telling you. That man united the team together because the Indian cricket team was made up of players all across. You had Mumbai that had a different philosophy and a different type of thinking. As you know, players from Mumbai, a very methodical approach to cricket in terms of defense-first approach. So that's why, like a Sunil Gavaskar, he was not a MS Dhoni. Sunil Gavaskar is a defense-first approach type of cricketer. And that is Mumbai cricketers to this very day, where they have their defense-first approach in terms of the way that they bat, to be impeccable in terms of that approach. Only Sachin Tendulkar, you could say, was the first one that started that approach in terms of the more aggressive approach. I guess it all started from Vijay Merchant back in the 40s and 50s, you know? But yeah. Man, cricket is a great sport. More stylish. When stylish comes to my mind, I think about the way how they play their strokes. That's when stylish for me. And I think Marlon Samuels for me is up there in terms of how you strike a ball. Not the way you strike it, but the way you do it. That makes it aesthetic to the eye. Marlon Samuels call it king. You know? Jamaica's a big deal, Travis. Jamaica's a big deal, and we don't recognize it. We play 55 sports in Jamaica, and if you name a sport right now, I tell you something great about Jamaica that we've done on the world stage. Something great on the world stage. I, Simon Preston, can tell you that right now, because Jamaica is a great nation, and everybody here needs to understand what we've done. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, horse racing, rugby league, rugby union, lacrosse, floorball. Esports. Jamaica is number 3 in the Americas region in esports. But that is for another day. Most talented, I would say Lindy De La Pena, Nitro. Not Maurice Foster, but Lindy De La Pena, because Lindy De La Pena did the 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, and also the mile relay at Champs. And in addition to that, he also went to England, played professional football, first Jamaican to win 2 league titles. Everybody think that John Barnes was the first Jamaican footballer to win a title in England. No, Lindy De La Pena. Portsmouth, 1949 and 1950, the first Jamaican to do that. Lindy De La Pena, big up to Lindy De La Pena as well. So I'd say Lindy De La Pena is the most talented sportsman from Jamaica now. It's a Nitro. Lindy De La Pena, because he also played hockey for Jamaica as well. He also went on to do athletics for Jamaica and also did tennis as well. Lindy De La Pena. And football, of course, as we know as well. So Lindy De La Pena, I would say, in terms of that versatility that he gave as well. Float Management says, bless up, Sam, bless up. Well, Lara is not Jamaican, you know, J Romeo 76. Lara is not Jamaican. Lauren Tro, all right, cool. Carl Hooper is not Jamaican, but I get your point. I get your point completely. Jamaica finished in the top 4 of the Pan American Dominoes Championship in the year 2002. Chess, Jamaica got the bronze medal in the Pan American Chess Championship in 2018. Of course, Jamaica competed at the Hockey Fives World Cup this year in Oman, and Jamaica finished 16th at the Hockey Fives World Cup. First Jamaican team alongside Trinidad and Tobago to compete at a Hockey World Cup. Okay, cool. Of course, The first non-American to win the spelling bee was Jody and Maxwell. Want to hear what Alkaline song say, Champion Boy? Because even in that song, Champion Boy, Alkaline mentions Jody and Maxwell. So don't you ever question being Jamaican, because you are Jamaican. And what is the last 4 letters of Jamaican? ICAN, which spells I can. You as a Jamaican, you have the ability to do anything in this world. Let nobody stop you. Nobody in this world can stop you. And nobody in this world can take away your ability, your knowledge. Nobody in this world can ever, ever, ever take that away from you. Yeah. Kimar, it's about love. Love for what I do. Love for football. Love for sports. It's love. Honestly. I guess the other secret to it is, I have a great family, great moral support from my mother. And also being a Jehovah's Witness, we have something what is called a theocratic ministry school. And in the theocratic ministry school, we work on public speaking skills, such as extemporaneous delivery. That is something, modulation, proper sense stress. These are things that we work on in the theocratic ministry school. So these are principles that I've been taught for 2 decades, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, Jody and Maxwell. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Alkaline mentioned it in his song. So yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is the longest video I've ever done in a while. But you guys get the point of what I'm saying. Jamaica's a big deal. So make sure you know that and appreciate that, because Jamaica and Jamaicans are a big deal. And we're through to the final of the Super 50, Regional Super 50, after bowling out the Leeward Islands for 245. So Jamaica defeated the Leeward Islands by 107 runs. Batting first, the Scorpions made 252 for 9, the second highest list A score in the history for Jamaica. Jevil Glenn, 114, was the top scorer, and he was also supported by Javor Royal, 73, John Campbell, 77. Kirk McKenzie also chipped in with 48. With the ball, it was also wonderful for the Jamaicans in terms of the wicket-taking column, as well as you had Markina Minley, who represented the West Indies at the Under-19 World Cup in 2014 in the UAE. He took 4 wickets for 46 runs. Javor Royal, 2 for 37. Gordon Bryan, 1 for 61. Brad Barnes, 2 for 65. Pete Salmon, he went wicketless, none for 33 from his 4 overs. So, see, Jamaica is in the final. Christopher Wisdom, you tuned in late. The video is now 1 hour 32 minutes in. So you have to rewind, Christopher. You have to rewind, Christopher, because for the first 1 hour and 22 minutes, I was talking football. So you have to rewind, Christopher. You're absolutely right, Jam Peel fan, 100%. Great recovery. Absolutely fantastic recovery. Big up Markina Minley. Yeah, I remember he was one of the few Jamaicans in that 2014 roster. Ramal Lewis was the captain of that team as well. And we went to the quarterfinals against Australia, that tournament. Remember, we were also 70 for 8, right? 70 for 8 against Australia. And then here comes Nicholas Pooran with 143 to carry the West Indies to 208 for 8. And eventually being bowled out, all out for 208. Just to give us a fighting chance, you know what I'm saying? Sherman Hetmire was in that squad as well. Dominic Drakes was in that squad as well. You know? Solozano was in that squad as well. You had Jerome Jones in that squad, and you had the lad from St. Vincent's as well in that squad. Not Gideon Pope, even though Gideon Pope is one of the wow, what a talent Gideon Pope was at an Under-19 World Cup. You know what I'm saying? What a talent he was at that Under-19 World Cup. Gideon Pope in 2016, man, I'm telling you, that lefty, it's like every ball he was working on hitting it for a boundary. Like, that was his sole purpose and goal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was his goal. Just thinking about that squad and everything, that was great. Ray Jordan from St. Vincent. Ray Jordan. What a talented squad that was. Think about it, guys. You had Ramal Lewis, Nicholas Pooran, Jonathan Jakes, Fabian Allen, Taj Chanapal, Brian Charles, Tristan Coleman, Sherman Hetmire, Jerome Jones, Ray Jordan, Brandon King, Preston McSween from Grenada, Marquinhos, Lagudakesh, Moti Kanai, and Jeremy Salazano. That's a talented squad, you know. That is a brilliant squad. Brilliant squad. I was not there, but I do remember that. I remember that. Very much so. Ball of Fire says, blessed night, Sam. Bless up. So yeah, you guys have to rewind and watch the video. Okay? Rewind and watch the video. Great football chat, great cricket chat. You guys want to talk some lacrosse now? Okay, let's talk some lacrosse now. Jamaica went to the quarterfinals of the Lacrosse World Cup in San Diego, California last year. Jamaica defeated the likes of Germany, Switzerland, Poland, and New Zealand just to get to the round of 16. And then Jamaica defeated Italy in the round of 16 to get to the quarterfinals. Jamaica took on Canada in the quarterfinals. And that's where the journey ended. All right? Yes, folks. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary right now. Okay? Enough respect.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, I'm Chris Binney and I'm Jamaica's #1 squash player and 9-time Caribbean champion, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe and share button below.
Hi, I'm Damari Gurry. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Skin clean and nice and ting. I'm Tiffany Kim. Tiffany Cameron, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share, and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary. Subscribe, like, and share.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.